Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Monday live show. We are here every single Monday on TikTok, um, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. All the platforms. So there we go. Instagram is live too, and it's been a crazy week. We had a lot of things happening. A lot of wins for cases as well. I wanted to start the live talk about the immigration raids that happened today in Los Angeles, MacArthur Park. This morning, immigration raided the park in Los Angeles. They came with full tactical gear, Haverun, and I mean they didn't find any undocumented immigrants, but this was a beginning. It kind of shows us what is going to happen. They have so much money right now with the big and beautiful bill. 10,000 new ICE officers are being deployed, and so you're going to see a lot more of these raids coming in different places. What are we going to do? And how to prepare for that kind of stuff, and just kind of like mentally wise, what are we going to do in terms of raids and detentions and people getting detained in interviews? I just posted a video about it earlier. I see people are asking questions like from La Maria, hey Shabak, how are you, my friend? Is it worth to adjust status right now? And I think it is. I still think it is, because things are still moving fast on the USCIS side. For now, we don't know how long it's going to last, but things are still moving fast, and people that are ready to file. Thanks, Shabak. Appreciate it. We have the challenge here. I missed you last week, my friend. So yeah, it is worth it to still file for your citizenship. It is still worth it to file for your adjustment of status if you are eligible. Why wouldn't you? Things are moving still fast, and let me invite people on the live. Let me see here. If you want to join the live chat, I'm posting the link right here. But post your questions. We are here every single week, Monday 5 p.m. Pacific, and if you want to join on the live, you can just request, and I'll get you in a few minutes. But you can request to join. But again, like I said, this one was one big raid that happened today in Los Angeles. But we've seen quite a few instances, even last week, where there was a raid in Phoenix, Arizona. There was a raid in Northern California as well. So I think, like I said, this is almost like becoming part of our reality, that they will be coming in and going to places and trying to arrest people. And people should just be prepared, know what to do in case they are detained, carry their pre-detention package with them. The documents are there, so they are aware that if they are actually being detained or there's a raid, that they will be somehow safe and protected. And it's just like our new reality. So once again, we have let's see, Alan here. Welcome, Adelina. Yeah, just post your questions, and let's go through it as we do every single week. And again, one of the things that people are asking, and they send me DMs and things like that, is that what do we do? How do we live our lives knowing that with these extra funding, with all these things that are doing, let me see here, it is going to be a more complicated. Let me just move it here, right there, move the camera here. It's going to be a more kind of complicated way of living, because we know that there's going to be more raids and more people are going to be detained. And as I mentioned before, the more you are prepared for what is going to happen, the more safe you will be. So essentially, like, understand your immigration status, order your FOYA. If you're completely undocumented with no options after consultation, prepare your detention package in case you get detained. put your documents in there, put your birth certificates in there, have a G28 if you have an attorney. So in case you are detained, there are options for your family, power of attorney, all these things that you can have to protect yourself. You know what I mean? So that's what I would do, and again, this is just going to be a part of our new reality. They have so much funding for immigration officers. They have more funding for ICE officers. You're going to see more technology where they're going to be able, like, there was one instance where it was a restaurant here in California that they raided, and the reason why they raided it is because they used face recognition technology to see that some of the people working in that restaurant came back after deportation. So they knew that they were in the US, and then they tracked them back to their old employer. So they're going to have more money to use new technology to determine who is coming back. Like right now, give you an example. A client of mine who lives in Mexico is crossing the border every few days, right? They do some stuff in the US. And the last time when they crossed the border, the officer said, "Hey, wait a minute. You've been coming back every 2, 3 days, every week. Are you working in the United States?" And the person said, "No, I'm not working. I'm just visiting family and all that." And he said, "Well, how did you know that I'm coming every few days?" And he said, "Well, when you exit your visa, the cross-border visa or passport with a chip, they have the technology to know when you leave, even though you don't surrender the documents or anything. They know that you leave the United States. They obviously know when you come in because they scan your document, but they also know when you leave, which means that they can trace that, right, guys? So be aware that they know a lot of things, and that is not going to be helpful when you apply for documents, right? Or if you're trying to get a benefit. Let's see here. We have a question here from Denny's buddy. How can I get a consultation from you? I'm a naturalized citizen, but I'm abroad for a family meeting right now. So the best way to get a consultation is use the number on the screen right now and send me a text message from this number. And this is for YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. If you are on TikTok and you want to book a consultation with me, you go to the number in my bio. And what you're going to do is you're also going to use the form that is pinned on the screen right now. This is a form from TikTok specifically for the people who come on the live. And this is a way for you guys to connect with me. Or just use the number in my bio and send me a quick text right now from the live. And the reason why you want to do it from the live is because you will have priority to book a consultation with me as well as a discount. So use the phone number on the screen, screenshot it right now, and use the form here or the number in my bio. The form is always going to be here. Thanks for the hearts, guys. It is getting us, excited, and we have a lot to talk about, and I'm here for you to answer all your questions. So that is the best way to do it. Let's see. We have a few questions here on Instagram as well. Daisy just scheduled a consultation. Amazing. Paola scheduled a consultation. Amazing. Use the number on the screen. Send me a text right now. And also use the thanks, Shabak. Use the number in my bio for quick access to me, essentially. David says, I did an I-130 petition, but they're not accepting my birth certificate because it was issued 4 years after my birth. So we need other means. What should I do? So basically what happens if you are filing for a green card or whatever, and then your birth certificate was issued after birth, you need to use 2 affidavits from family members that will be able to do that. Let's see here. English or Espanol? I speak English mostly. How much for change of status F2? MD Fasi? MD Fasi, send me a DM. Anybody who's watching this on Instagram, you can send me a DM. We do respond on Instagram only. Can you explain the 10-year ban if someone leaves undocumented and no prior encounter with CBP? I will. Edwin, Morty, what is the best way of going from an E2 to a green card? The best way to go from an E2 to a green card is through the national interest waiver. It's a self-petition. I'll do a full-blown webinar We have many people here on the E2 or the E1 transitioning to the green card, and they want to know what they can do. And the best way is to apply for the self-petition national interest waiver. This is taking a few years right now, but it is the best way to convert yourself from any work visa that you want. If you don't find an employer that wants to sponsor you, guys, do the self-petition. It is amazing. It's fast right now. I mean, it's fast in the sense that you get an approval fast, but it will take you a couple of years to get the actual visa number. But you're still gonna get it faster than waiting for an employer, guys. Okay. So again, line up for the live video. I'll get you on. Giovanni is asking, is it still possible to adjust your status with all what is happening? And the answer is yes. You can still adjust your status with all the craziness that is happening here because USCIS are still working. They're still processing cases really, really fast. And I'm talking about under 9 months processing. And in a year from now, it's going to be much, much slower. So it is possible. It is happening right now. We're getting approvals in 6, 8, 9 months right now for green cards. So yes, it is possible to file, and you should file if you are, if you're going through the process. Now, Julio was asking about the 10-year ban. What is this? Well, the 10-year ban is, they're also known as a permanent ban. It usually triggers if you have multiple reentries. So imagine, this is a recent case that I had, and I had a consultation with that person today. So a person came here at the age of 9, and then he, with his mother, had to leave the country again, and then they re-entered a few months later. Okay, so now we have 2 entries, right? And this is a re-entry. And what the worst cases were, somebody enters, they're being detained by immigration, and then they leave and come back. Any multiple re-entry will subject you to the 10-year bar, which in many cases could be a permanent bar. And there's no waivers for that, right? So there's no waivers. There's a waiver for 1 entry. You come here 1 time. We do a lot of these 601A waivers, which is fine. But if you have multiple reentries, there's really no waiver for that. So people have to wait it out overseas. And sometimes you guys have to question the determination. Sometimes you are not subject to the 10-year bar, but they think that you are. So it is your job to find an attorney and try to fight that, because once they determine that you're subject to a 10-year bar, it is very difficult to fight it. All right, guys. So let's take some people on video right now. Line up for video. We've got somebody who is joining us right now on video. Let me make it a little bit louder here. What's your name and where are you from, and what is your question? If you have video, apply for your video. Open your video.
You want me to do a video?
If you can, why not?
I can do it, yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I never done that before, but I'll do it. I mean, tell me, baby. Okay.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Tell me, okay, my like question, okay. Hello, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. What is your question, and tell us where you're from?
I'm from Senegal.
Okay, amazing. All right, what is your question?
I'm married a year before, American woman.
Okay.
I'm married in the way of Islam.
Okay. So you married an American woman, but it wasn't an official wedding. It was just
I'm married official.
Official as well. Okay, got it. Okay.
I'm married official, and after that we got problem in a divorce. I married somebody again.
Okay.
And when I married somebody again, so the first time I get divorced, they put me, I got my working permit.
Okay.
I didn't have my green card,
Okay.
And they put me in the removal condition, And after that, I remarried another wife.
Okay.
When I married her, we got big problem, me and her, until I saw her.
Okay.
Until I saw her, and when I saw her, we went to immigration, say I was paying $100 a month to try to get something from her,
Okay. So they accused you of fraud, essentially.
Huh?
They accused you of fraud, right?
Yeah. And after that, I don't have a problem. After I married somebody from Senegal, And we got 2 kids.
Okay.
And at that time, he got a green card, And
Okay.
we went to interview. When he went to interview, they asked him about the other wife.
Okay.
I told him, I went to the interview where my wife had a green card. The
Okay.
wife I'm married, and we got some kids. And they asked him about question my previous wife. I told them I'm a Muslim. I got the right to marry.
Okay.
Anytime, because I cannot have sex without getting married.
Okay.
And after that, couple of weeks after, they denied my case. When they denied my case, I went to Congress.
Okay.
All the witness I get around the family, people we know me, we know about my marriage, previous marriage. I wrote a letter for me, and the Congress approved my I-130.
Okay.
They gave me my working permit. And the question I was asking now, my wife is a U.S. citizen. Do you think it's a good time for me with all the thing I did go through to apply for permanent resident right now? Because I've been married with my wife 5 years now.
So essentially what happened is that you haven't applied for the green card with a second marriage yet, right?
No, I don't apply for green card, no. For my wife, this wife right here, she was with USCIS called us for interview with my wife. That time my wife was green card holder.
Okay.
We got 2 kids together, and they denied me. When they denied me, I went to the Congress fight for my.
Yeah. So you want to know if you should file. You want to know if you should file for the green card now, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, like I said, if you're not going to file for your green card, what are you going to do, right? So I think
I was just asking.
Absolutely, I think you should file. I think you should, before you file, you should speak with the lawyer. We should sit down to understand where is the problems of the first case, how to explain when we apply for the second filing. Absolutely. I mean, right now is the time to do it.
Congress approved my I-130.
That's fine.
So, and my wife is a U.S. citizen now.
Yeah.
And,
like I said, people are asking this question all the time. They're asking, well, should we file now? And I'm like, well, why wouldn't you file now? Things are going fast. Yes, maybe they're a little bit stricter, but if you have the proper guidance, you should be fine.
Because I married my wife 5 years now, So,
I get it, yeah.
And my wife just had a citizenship like a few weeks ago, so.
Yeah, I think you should do it. And if you want me to help you, I'll be more than excited to do it.
No
just
problem.
Just use the number in my bio and text me.
Okay, I'm gonna use it and text you, sir.
I appreciate it. Thanks, of course, anytime. Guys, I get this question all the time. Even on the show right now, people are asking, "Oh, should we file? Should we file?" Well, why wouldn't you file? Like I said, processing times are super fast, faster than we've ever seen them before. So there's no reason in the world why you shouldn't file, as long as you get prepared properly, as you know what to do. You guys should be fine. All right, let's see here. Question from Medina. I received the deportation a long time ago before my boss didn't continue my paperwork. So I got married and got my U.S. citizen in 2018. Can I go to the Philippines for vacation? Again, absolutely. You're a citizen now. I know you had problems in before. Your case was denied and you fought it, but now you're a citizen. So if you're a U.S. citizen, you should be fine to travel. And I cannot emphasize it more. Maybe they're going to stop you and ask you questions and all that kind of stuff, but you're a citizen. You should be able to travel. And again, guys, there's so many U.S. citizens watching right now. And the biggest fear that a lot of U.S. citizens are currently asking themselves is, can they take my U.S. citizenship away? Can they take my citizenship? And the answer is maybe. Maybe they can. Like I said, right now they're thinking about doing it. They're experimenting. 3 people already lost their citizenship in the last 4 weeks. So yes, possibly they could. Is this going to happen to everybody? No, right? Are they going to use tactics that are going to be very sneaky? Absolutely. They're now going to be doing this through the civil courts. And you ask yourself, well, why is such a big deal? They can do it through the civil courts. The big deal is that if you do it through the civil courts and they're going to try to take away your citizenship, it means that you are not allowed to get a free attorney from the government, which means that less people are going to be able to afford an attorney, which means it's going to be harder for you guys to fight your citizenship revocation case, which means that they have a lower standard that they have to prove, right? And well, they say, well, it's going to be only for criminals, only for the worst of the worst. And I say, well, They say that also with mass deportations, right? Remember, guys, in February, they said, we're only going to be deporting mass criminals. And guess what? They're deporting everybody right now. Mothers, breastfeeding mothers, children, everybody's being deported right now, right? But they only said it was for criminals. So I'm worried that denaturalization is not just going to be for criminals. It could be for people that applied for their citizenship and now they have all these issues, right? So I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely monitoring very closely. I have a lot of people that are talking to me about what happened to them before they got their citizenship and how they got their citizenship. So we're going to be prepared in case they're going to expand it to people, right? So once again, guys, if you're watching this on TikTok, please follow my account right now and share the live. Please share the live so more people can see it. If you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, please also share the live. And if you need, like Joey, who's asking, I need to set up a call with you, use the phone number on the screen right now during the live. It is important that you do it during the live because it is the only time you will have access to me directly, priority, and you get a discount on the consultation. And if you're watching this on TikTok, we are giving you guys this new feature, which is the TikTok form, which appears on the screen right now. Use that to get in touch with me, but also use the number in my bio. You go to my bio on TikTok, you screenshot my bio, and then you text me from the live and say, hey, Jacob, I see you on the live, and you send me the text from the live. And that will be probably the best way to get in touch with me from the live. Thanks, Nikita. Appreciate that. Anybody who's watching is giving the hearts. Let's jump into your questions. And again, if you want to join me on the live on YouTube, you can do this from here. Let's take a question. Let's see here. Georgina, can I adjust from a pending asylum to EB2 without leaving the US? Well, it depends. It depends on when you filed your asylum. It depends if you were in status or not. How long have you not been in status on when you apply for asylum? Many people are trying to convert their EB4s, which is religious green cards, to EB2, asylum to EB2. These are self-petitions. And if you qualify for the self-petition, it is a great time to do it because these cases are very, very, it takes a while. Let's see. We've got MJ here. MJ, let's see. MJ, where are you from and what is your question?
Hi, I currently live in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And I have a family member that unfortunately was dating an underage person. This person was, I think, 17, 16.
Okay.
He was 20 at the time. So he came to the United States with a U visa. He was getting permits to work.
Okay.
But also, when he applied for the residency, it got denied after like submitting a bunch of documentation.
Okay.
I remember, but it got denied, and I know that he could appeal that after 10 days. But he talked to his attorney and said that if it was going to be best to try maybe through marriage because he is dating someone and it's been dating a U.S. citizen for like the last 3 years.
Okay.
So I just want to know if he would be able to fix his documentation. It's the law. It's called sexual abuse 2 in Oregon, and it just specifies about like someone being, I think, like 3 years older than the person that they're dating when they are underage.
So first of all, it depends. Was there ever a conviction, like because of their situation? He was charged, right?
Yeah. So he got a deal.
Okay.
He didn't get any jail time. All the attorneys, what they were asking, the DA was just asking to plead guilty to any counts and supervision. That's it. And he's just about to come off supervision next month.
Okay. So I think the best way to answer this is we have to look at his criminal stuff, look at what he pleaded, analyze this with the current laws, and then we can decide, is it safe for him to file for the green card, right? That's all. I do this for citizenship cases, for green card cases. We determine what were the charges, what did he do, what did he get, and is it safe to apply for the green card? And if I determine that it's safe, we'll recommend it. And if not, then I'll say don't do it yet.
Would you take, do you take cases here in Oregon?
Absolutely. We do it all over the country. Remember, guys, the reason why is because now they allow attorneys to appear telephonically. I represent clients in all 50 states, so it's easy for us. Absolutely.
Okay.
Just use the number in my bio, mention that you were in the live and you have the friend. We'll help you.
Perfect.
All right.
I'm going to be in touch with you.
Thanks, my friend.
Appreciate it.
So, guys, as I mentioned before, we are helping clients in all 50 states. Why is it important? Because now immigration is allowing us to appear telephonically. I had an interview yesterday in Phoenix, Arizona. 2 hours later, it was New York. And in the evening, it was Maryland. We can do this all day. And this way, now you have access to good attorneys. So if you don't have a good attorney in your city, you're not blocked anymore. You can work with any attorney from any place because we can do this remotely, because we can represent clients. So take advantage of that. Come to all these lives. And, guys, please share the lives because more people are on trying to get help, trying to get information. Again, it's been a kind of a crazy day today because people are worried about these raids in LA. They just show up in the park with machine guns and grenades and they detain people. Is this going to be a new reality? Yes, it is, guys. It is a new reality. So we need to learn how to know, how do we navigate, if there's a raid? What do we do if they come? What is our plan B, right? We're getting clients these pre-detention packages. So they have their power of attorney in there. They have all the documents, financial documents. So in case they get detained, we already have their documents so we can get them a bond as soon as possible. We're getting them out of detention. So as long as we stay proactive, it doesn't matter what they do, right? We can't control what the government is going to do. We can't control when they're going to raid us. We can't control when they're going to come to our place. But we can control knowledge. We know that if they come to your house, what can you do? You're not going to answer the door. You're going to ask for a warrant. So the more people are watching these videos, the more they get mad because you know more. Right now, there's a few hundred people on this live, and you are getting the knowledge that others don't, right? So you are knowing what to do when the ICE comes. You know what to do. So these are the things that we need to do right now to be able to protect ourselves from a lot of these people that are trying to set fear in all this. And so the more you empower, the better it is for us. So let's see here. We have Hanny who's asking questions. I had one retail theft in Pennsylvania, no plea 2 years ago, and got expungement. It's not considered moral turpitude. Could apply for citizenship, or I still have to wait 5 years from the incident date. So once again, anytime we have criminal stuff involved, I like to review the record before giving you advice in public. But as I said, it doesn't matter that it's expunged. We still have to review the record. We have to make sure that it's not going to be an issue for your bad moral character. And sometimes I always, general things I say, people, if you had an incident, always wait 5 years from the date of the incident to apply for citizenship. It is safe ways to do it. Once your priority gets current, our age gets frozen for CSPA. No, CSPA has a formula. We have to see when your case was approved, how long you've been pending, and see if you fit the formula of the CSPA, and then your case will be fine. All right, guys, let's see. N400 is pending. Let's see here. I lost it. Pose the question again. I just don't see this question again. Is it safe to file Form 751 from Luca? Absolutely, guys. Form 751 is a necessity. It's not that it's safe. You have to file it. Once you have a green card for 2 years, you have to file a removal of conditions. And you can still travel, guys. Even if you have removal of conditions, people ask me, can green card holders still travel? Of course, nobody said that you cannot travel, right? There's nowhere, anywhere that says, there's a rumor circling around that after July 8th, green card holders are not going to be able to travel. I don't know where that rumor is coming from, but it is not true. Green card holders can always travel. They were always able to travel. It is just the issue that if you had any violations, if you had any problems with your case, then you're not going to be able to travel. That's the only thing, right? Have you heard of cases that they deported DACA recipients? I haven't heard anybody who was deported just because they were DACA, okay? But I have heard of cases where somebody that had DACA and they had other issues. For example, like a criminal conviction from the past or misrepresentation that caused them to get detained by ICE, just like anybody else that is getting detained right now, and they're now facing deportation. But just because you have DACA doesn't mean that you're going to be facing deportation, right? There's a lot of things with DACA that might happen. We're waiting for changes in the law. We're waiting for things, so it's not. And also in terms of the advanced parole, people are worried that they can't travel anymore on advanced parole. It's not true. I had a case just recently when somebody left on advanced parole. They came back. It was LAX, and they were detained there for a few hours. And the officer was asking them questions. Why did you travel? Where did you go? They had to prove that they actually went for medical reasons. They had to prove that they went to the country where it's listed on advanced parole. So maybe there's more scrutiny at the border. They're checking people more, but you can still travel on advanced parole. I have never seen any issues for our DACA members. Cher is asking on Instagram, are they deporting minors with SIJ to third countries? There have been cases where they have deported minors to third countries. Yes, they have been. In September 23, I applied for F2A, but I didn't receive a response. Next year, I will obtain citizenship. Will this speed up the process? Well, once you become a citizen, it's going to be a whole different thing. I changed the address. I submitted 2 affidavits for my I-130 to prove my relationship with my mom since my name isn't there. Is there anything else to do? Is that good enough? Yes, absolutely. 2 affidavits is perfect to replace the birth certificate. Do you help clients in New York? Absolutely, guys. We help clients in all 50 states. Now we can appear remotely on telephone, and this has opened the door for me to help clients. Before we would do that anyway, but I would have to fly. Now we can do this over the phone and help clients in all 50 states. All right. My husband, this is from Caroline. My husband had a green card interview in Bridgeport, Barbados. Should I have to go with him? This is a question from Caroline. So U.S. citizen has an interview in Barbados for her foreign spouse. No, U.S. citizens are not required to go with their spouses to the green card interview. And the reason why is because the embassies and consulates are very, very busy. They have too many people there. They don't want people to go inside the embassy if they don't need to. So if you're marriage, a green card, and you're applying for an interview overseas, you don't have to go with your spouse. They go alone. They have all the documents they need, and that should be enough for them to get approved. So you don't need to go. If you go, they won't let you in. All right, guys, we have a lot more people are worried here about citizenship and losing their citizenship. Marcus says, I got my citizenship 11 years ago, but I never lived with my wife. Will they take away my citizenship? Guys, I get it. I get it. People are worried. People are worried. They're naturalized citizens, and they're worried that you're going to lose your citizenship. But you shouldn't be worried like that. It's not that everybody's going to be losing their citizenship. The way it's going to work is that they have criteria for denaturalization. They're now reviewing a lot of old green card cases, many of them. And that review process is going to take a while. It will take several months. And once they're finished with the review, they will go after criminals first, the people that got their citizenship, but they didn't disclose criminal convictions in their home countries. I know that they're working with Interpol and other foreign governments to try to determine if people that have citizenship today also had criminal convictions in their home countries, but they didn't disclose those convictions. And those people are going to be first in line to get their citizenship cases reviewed. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to lose their citizenship. Okay, guys? It means that they're going to start reviewing cases and then determine which citizenship cases they should reopen. And once they reopen those cases, there's going to be a civil procedure where somebody's going to go to a civil court and the government is going to present their case. And then you will have the right to hire a lawyer and you will go with your lawyer to the hearing. And then you have a chance to fight your case. Okay, guys? So don't worry about that. Now, I know it's concerning because we all think, listen, I'm a naturalized citizen. I got my citizenship in 2002. Okay, so I've been a citizen for over 20 years. And so, of course, it's concerning for people. You know, we got our citizenship and now are they going to take it away? What are we going to do? Right? We have a lot of people that are US citizens. They gave up on their citizenship of their country. Like I have a client from Germany that I did his citizenship, 8 years ago, and he gave up his German citizenship. He's no longer a German citizen. He's only a U.S. citizen. And imagine that client that had some issues with the law, imagine that a client is now going to be worried that he's going to lose his citizenship, right? What is going to happen if they take away his citizenship, like happened to the client, the British client? Just 2 weeks ago, a British naturalized citizen lost his citizenship because they found out that he did not disclose certain criminal issues in his application for green card. And they took away his naturalization, and now he's facing deportation back to the UK. This is happening right now, guys. These are things that are happening. Denaturalization is a real thing. Ellen is asking, am I a naturalized US citizen? Do I need to bring my passport regularly? Well, you don't need to carry your passport regularly, but what I would suggest is apply for a passport card and then carry your passport card with you in your wallet in case there's an issue, in case somebody's confused about your citizenship. This will be an easier way. Just hey guys, here's my card. I'm a US citizen. Let me go, or just let me go, because you don't want to be delayed in flights. You don't want to be detained for like an hour somewhere. You just be able to prove your citizenship. All right, we've got Thomas. Thomas is here on YouTube, and he's going to ask a question. Thomas, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I just have a
Oh, what's your name?
Thomas Maggie.
Thomas Maggie. Okay, Maggie, if you have video, please activate your video so we can see your
I'm
face.
using my phone, so I won't be able to
Okay,
do
no
it.
worries. What is your question, and where are you from right now in the United States?
I'm in New Jersey.
Okay,
So
what is your question?
I want to find out how much do you take if I want to sponsor my mom? I'm a
Okay,
US citizen.
you're a
But how much?
citizen. You want to
Yeah,
sponsor your mother. Okay.
but she's in Africa. So how much do you take to do that? I don't know if it's to just help me to complete the I-30.
I mean, you have to do the I-130, but remember, this is just the beginning. You have a long journey. So if you have no idea what you're doing, you should work with a professional. But the idea is this. You file the I-130 for your mother, and then the I-130 will be approved after a few years. After that,
After a
immigration...
few years?
Well, I'm sorry, after several months. I'm stuck in the process. After several months, they'll approve it. And then your case will be moved to the National Visa Center. And at that point, you have to do more forms, DS-260, okay? And all the documents, your financial documents, your tax returns and all that. And then once your case is at National Visa Center, they will send it to the U.S. Embassy for an interview. So from start to finish, it will be almost 2 years before you can bring your mother. That is not, an exaggeration. It will take about 2 years for you to immigrate your mother because she is not in the U.S. If she was inside the U.S., it would take almost 10 months. But because she's over there, almost 2 years.
So how much do you charge if you have to do the process for a client?
So basically what you want to do is you want to send me a text to this number, and you're going to get a fee breakdown of all the costs, because we have 3 different steps. You're going to get a fee breakdown, and we'll be more than happy to help you, because now is the time to bring your mother, because by the time she's here, it will be almost 2 years from when you start.
So what about
This,
if my country is banned? Will the process still go out? Still go
if
on?
your country is banned, then you should still be able to get an exception because she's your mother. Okay, so you can still bring her because she's your mother. There's always exceptions to immediate family members.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I was
so
told
just send
maybe
me a
like
text
1,000.
and let's jump on it.
Okay then. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Remember, guys, sponsor your parents is a good time to do it right now. Even if you're from a banned country, you can still do it. It shouldn't be a problem. All right, let's see. We've got a lot more questions here. From on TikTok, Jay is asking, will USCIS find out if you were put down as a citizen on a mortgage loan by accident years ago? So that's a great question, and that's something that we are not aware. We're not sure yet how they're going to go with it. So let's tackle this issue. You apply for a mortgage. You're not a citizen yet, and you said that you're a citizen. You apply for a job. You put on the I-9 form that you're a citizen, and then you got your green card. You didn't tell them that you did it, and now you're a U.S. citizen, and now they are looking to denaturalize people that committed fraud. Is this fraud big enough to get you denaturalized? We don't know that. That is a good question. We don't know how far they're going to go. They told us they're going to go after criminals first. But are they going to go after people who put on their mortgage application that they were citizens where they're not? That is document fraud. Is this going to be good enough, big enough to get your citizenship revoked? I don't know. But maybe is you putting on a job application I-9 form that you were a citizen, but you were not. And then you got your green card and you didn't tell them that. And now you're a citizen. You know what I mean, guys? Is this going to be enough for them to reopen your case? We don't know that yet. We have no idea. But what we do know is that they told us they're going to deport criminals only. And now in July of 2025, we have more people that were deported that were not criminals, which means that we can't trust what they say, which means if they tell us they're going to denaturalize criminals, I'm telling you that they're going to denaturalize also non-criminals. They're going to go after people that committed fraud in their marriage applications. They're going to go after people that, did other things like financial fraud or stuff like that. And they will reopen their naturalization cases. And they'll make those decisions at those civil hearings about removing your citizenship application. So we don't know how far they're going to go. But I'm telling you that if you're a citizen and you got your citizenship by naturalization and you had any issues in your green card, you need to speak with an attorney now so we can determine, are you going to be at risk of losing your citizenship, or you need to do something now to prevent this from happening. This is my prediction. And maybe I'm wrong, but usually my predictions are pretty accurate. Let's see here. We've got a question here from I Love. What is going on with TPS for Haiti? Guys, TPS for Haiti is currently not available. And we don't know what's going to happen in the future. So I'm telling you, anybody that lost their status through TPS for Haiti or any other country, like, just yesterday they canceled a bunch of other countries using the parole. Try to switch your status to something else. We've got a lot of qualified people that hold TPS, and they can qualify for self-petition green cards. We have a lot of Ukrainians that I converted from a self-petition to EB2 national interest waiver or EB1. They did that because they didn't want to rely on the mercy of the TPS or the humanitarian parole. So if you qualify for a self-petition, guys, let's file for your self-petition right now. Like I said, use the number in my bio right now on TikTok. Send me a text, because now is the time to try to get your cases out of what's happening right now and try to get your petition filed. And if you need to get in touch with me, use the form at the bottom of the screen right now on TikTok to get in touch. And also use the number in my bio to send me a text live from the show, so I will be able to get you on the live. Let's see here, Cesar. Cesar, I'm trying to find a way to highlight. But let me ask you a question. Cesar's question is here. In 2023, I got a holding of removal from Los Angeles. What are the chances ICE is looking for me, and can I get deported? You think ICE is looking for people with withholding of removal? You know, Cesar, they potentially could be. Right now, nobody is safe. So withholding of removal essentially is withholding of removal, but we know they're looking into all removal cases. I think you should speak to an attorney, get them to look at your case and see what can be done right now to assess your situation. That's what I would do, Cesar. So yes, I would say that you potentially could be at risk. Let me see here. Is the Visa Bulletin the only thing that tells people in every daily program today? Is Visa Bulletin? That's a good question. So is the Visa Bulletin the only way people know when their family members will come to the United States? It's not just the Visa Bulletin. You know, it can be anything. But the Visa Bulletin itself tells you when their green card interview will be more or less around the time. And then it depends on the embassy or the consulate to schedule that interview. Are you allowed to file joint 751 and submit a waiver while it's pending? This is from Pixie. So essentially, you are in a relationship and it's not working and you need to renew the green card. So you have to file a regular petition, so it's joint, but then you also want to file a waiver. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it so close because it's going to look weird. So you're filing a joint petition, but then you're also not with your spouse. It's not going to look good on immigration. I wouldn't do it if I were you. Are they investigating 751 cases? Ben is asking, do you handle employment-based adjustment of status? Absolutely, guys. We have a full employment immigration division. We do EB1, EB2, EB5s, adjustment of status, everything on the employment side. We have a full employment division and a full family division inside the immigration law practice. So we do all of those cases. What about those interviews for citizenship? So the question essentially means that what is happening in citizenship interviews when you file also your 751 to remove conditions? So it depends, guys. If your case is not a clean case. So let me give you an example. We have a client that got his green card based on marriage. It was a very rocky marriage. Then they are about to get divorced. But he's asking her to file a joint petition for the removal of conditions. I'm worried about the waiver and all that kind of stuff. So they file the case together. And then a few months later, she completely disconnects with him. They're having arguments. And then he files a waiver based on marriage, literally less than 60 days after the joint petition. That looks weird to immigration. They're like, you guys filed a joint petition saying that you are together. And then literally 2 months later, you're filing a petition to ask for the waiver based on divorce because you want to file for divorce. That looks fishy. Whenever you're dealing with immigration, never do things that are unreasonable, that looks fishy, because they're going to say, well, that doesn't make sense, right? They're supposed to be together, and then 2 months later, they're filing for a waiver that they're not together. That's going to open the door to all kinds of things. With immigration, you want to do things that make sense, okay? And right now, with the budget that they received from the new big and beautiful bill, they're going to have so many people. They're going to have so much money. I mean, the amount of money that the ICE and DHS received in this bill is more than the entire budget that they had in the past 15 years. So that means that they have so much money that they are able to quadruple the staff, their efforts to enforce, and also to investigate your cases. So what can you do as applicants who apply for a green card? You have to do things smart, right? So if you are filing for a green card, include documents to prove your relationship. If you're filing for removal of conditions, don't file jointly on a Thursday and then the next Monday file for a waiver, right? They will investigate cases like that. They have more people to send to your homes. I can tell you that in the last few months, I have dealt with more green card cases where they came to the house, where they asked the neighbors questions more than they've done in the past 3 years that I've been doing this in terms of tracking cases and verifying cases, right? For the past 3 years, I was really involved in tracking, trying to document how many people, how many cases this, how many cases that. And in the last few months, they've visited more homes than I can remember. And they'll do more of that. They're going to come to your house. They're going to be able to do surveillance. They have the money to do it, guys. So that is not an issue anymore. Oh, Cesar, here we go. Right. I just answered your question, but I wanted to highlight. So once again, I don't think they're looking specifically for people with withholding of removal, but they are reopening old immigration cases. Absolutely. Antania says, how can I pull my relative's Mexican citizen immigration record before I submit for petition? You have to file for a FOYA. It's a special form that you use to file for a FOYA. You do this before you file any immigration matters. It takes several months, but the FOYA will give you a lot of documents that can help you determine, is it safe to file for your family's case? Always do a FOYA if you need it. Hi, Karina. Thanks a lot for this. I appreciate it. Also, when I won my case, the DHS attorney was the one who told the judge to approve my withholding case. And also DHS said, and your case will be, okay, perfect. I mean, like I said, I think you're in good shape, but you never know. Thanks, Eugene. Thanks, guys, for the likes and for the gifts and for the, we've got a challenge that we met today. Thanks for the hearts. I want to see more of that on TikTok. We've got more people that want to join us on the live. Let me... Who is waiting here?
Hello.
Hello, what's your name? And if you have video,
Hi,
please.
my name
Thanks,
is
Khalid.
Cecilia. Give me just a second. I open my camera.
Thanks, Cecilia.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
I am doing very well, very well. Where are you calling us today?
Okay, so I'm a US citizen. I don't know how to turn my camera on. It's my first time live. I have a question. So I'm a US citizen.
Okay.
Currently I live in Germany.
Okay.
Married to a German citizen.
Okay.
I moved here 2 years ago. So I was planning to go back, but I got pregnant and I had some medical problems. I couldn't go back.
Okay.
Plus, we applied for his green card from Germany. So my first question is, am I risking my citizenship?
No, I don't see a reason why. Why do you think you risk your citizenship? Based on what?
Just because I'm out of the country.
No. If you're a citizen, you can be out of the country. This whole naturalization cases that I was talking about is for people that got their citizenship by shady ways. And those people are going to be targeted for denaturalization potentially. You don't have that issue.
Okay. Um, I get my citizenship through DV lottery, which was very legal.
Okay.
My another question is, so I met my husband in United States. We worked at a dealership together. So he went to United States when he was 18. So they overstayed their visa. So on that time, he had an Afghan passport. So he was obligated to come back to Germany to get his German passport because he was born here. And he didn't have a right to get his citizenship because on 1994 he cannot get his German citizenship because his mother is not German. So after the law changed, so he came back, he got his citizenship. But the time that I applied for his green card, we sent the A130. We applied with an Afghan passport.
Okay.
So we have an interview for on August, this coming August.
Is it in the US, the interview, or back home?
No, here in Germany.
In Germany, okay.
Yeah. So my question is, did we make a mistake of applying to for his green card with the Afghan passport?
I mean, not necessarily. Did he already have his German passport when you applied?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, not necessarily. Again, I mean, he still has the passport. I mean, I think that the issue will be maybe jurisdiction when you apply for this. Maybe the embassy will have some issues, and you have to show them that there is a passport. But I don't think it's going to be an issue to the point where your case will be jeopardized. I don't think so.
Oh, perfect. One more question. So me, I never had experience with an attorney. I did all in my immigration by myself. So I found that that we have to apply for a waiver for him to go back to America.
Okay.
And then I talked to an attorney. He asked for $20,000.
Okay.
Do you see this amount is?
It's too much. It's too much for sure. Some attorneys are charging crazy amounts for these waivers. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. It shouldn't be that much. It should be at least half of that for the waiver. But send me a text. I'll help you with that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so
Go to my
much.
bio and do it now, and mention that you are the girl with the person in Germany and Cecilia, and we'll help you.
Okay,
we'll get on your waiver as soon as possible.
Where I can find your contact?
In my bio, you go to my bio where my name is in the TikTok, and then it has my number there.
Okay, perfect.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
I
guys.
really appreciate
We'll
your
help
help.
you.
Bye
Of
bye.
course.
Have a good day.
Okay, perfect. So, question from Shaw. 2 interview, 1 Stokes interview, I-130 approved, submitted I-485 and 601 responded to RFE. How long? I mean, thanks, Amir. It's hard to say because once you have the Stokes interview, once they investigate the validity of the marriage, some people are waiting for years, a couple of years, because they need to investigate, they need to check. The longer it takes, obviously you can put pressure on them. We can file a mandamus lawsuit, but I can tell you, most people are waiting about a year and a half after such investigation to get any results. So don't be alarmed if this happened to you. I won asylum last week, and my EB3 is also about to become current. Since green card is paused for asylees, should I go ahead and apply with my EB3? I mean, it depends. Like I said, I don't know. Like I said, it could be a good option because we don't know what the future of asylum would be. If you meet all the requirements of the green card and you don't have any inadmissibility, meaning that you will have to leave the country and get the green card abroad, then you should probably do it. But I would consult an attorney before actually making the decision. Like actually sit down with somebody who gets to review your file. Is it safe to file for FOYA at this present time? Absolutely. FOYA doesn't expose you. Okay, FOYA is something that we do to gain knowledge about our cases, So when we file our immigration cases, we have more information. We have more, like strategy to be able to go through the file with them. Okay, so that's what I would say. How successful are, Selena is asking, how successful are I-290B, which are appeals and motion to reopen? They are successful in the right cases. Like if your green card is denied, then maybe a refiling is better than filing an appeal, right? Appeals are very important when we want to preserve status, somebody's age in time, somebody doesn't have any other options if he leases to the United States. So that's kind of like how I see it. But there, if you have good facts on your case, I-290B cases are very, very successful because it's your last opportunity to file for the green card. Can I sponsor parents from banned countries? Absolutely. You're a U.S. citizen, you can still sponsor parents from banned countries. Absolutely. Because there are exceptions to these procedures. And again, exceptions and waivers. So are they also reviewing all past green card cases? And the answer is not necessarily. They're not reviewing all past green card cases. They're reviewing quite a few right now to determine if there's any validity to get somebody's green card, get somebody's citizenship revoked. So it's not all green card cases, but they have quite a few of them that they're focusing on. And as a result, they're going to try to get somebody's citizenship away. Now, again, as I mentioned in the beginning, they're saying it's only for criminals, but we know that it's not just going to be criminals, and it's going to be a lot more people who are going to be prosecuted and are going to be subject to these denaturalization hearings where U.S. citizens not born in the U.S. but got naturalized will be losing their citizenship in larger numbers than you think. And once again, guys, if you're watching this live stream, please follow my account so you don't miss any of my videos. And you see a form that is pinned right now at the bottom of the screen. Make sure you use that form because that form is something that will allow you to book a consultation with me. And obviously use the phone number in my bio immediately to send me a text right now so you can actually book the consultation. Say, hey, I see you on the live right now. Send me the text, and then you'll get a priority for booking, and you get a discount, 10% on the consultation if you text from the live. You fill the form or send the text. It's the same thing, guys. You're all eligible, and take advantage of that. Alon says, I have global entry. Would that help coming back to the United States? No. Global entry is only a faster way for you to clear things. Just because you have global entry doesn't mean you're not going to get into trouble if they want to get you into trouble. So it is good to have global entry, but global entry is not going to stop you if you have problems with your green card, if you have problems with your citizenship, if they want to arrest you. The global entry is not going to help you. Okay, let's see. We've got a lot more questions here coming in. Do you need to request a FOYA if you were granted parole in place? You can request a FOYA for any reason. If you want to check on your case, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything that you have parole in place. Let's see here. We've got a lot more of it here on Instagram. I sent a text to your number, but the second passport, and was told that I had to pay for consultation before I can get more information about it. Olive, no, you don't need to pay for consultation for the second passport because that is a free consultation for the second passport. It's nothing. It's not U.S. immigration. It's general immigration. So Olive, send me a DM right now. Send me a DM, please, and I will make sure that you will get a free consultation for the second passport. What they're talking about is that we started a second service where we are offering people passports to other countries. Right now, we're working with Vanuatu and a few countries in Africa as well. just so people, Vanuatu in particular is interesting because it is a safe haven for taxation. People who are doing crypto, they want to open companies in Vanuatu. So Vanuatu is a very popular country for second passports. You can get it as fast as 90 days. But I also do visas to Portugal, to Spain, New Zealand, Argentina. These are just visas to live there, not passport. But if you want a real passport, Vanuatu is number one. Send me a DM or send me a text and mention it's a second passport. Those are free consultation for the second passport. So thanks for letting me know, by the way, Olive. Why we get refusal to do 1G after approval? Because the government has the right to get more information about your case, and they need sometimes more time to check your case. Even if they approved you, sometimes they'll reverse it. Carrie has a very interesting question. Can I apply for a green card based on marriage, but I don't live with my spouse? Apply for a green card marriage, but I don't live with my spouse. We're planning to move in December, but we're not living there yet. So that's a great question. So people want to apply for the green card, but they don't live together yet. You can do it. Absolutely. As long as you have the intention to live together at some point, it is okay to file for the green card, even if you don't live together, because you can show immigration, well, we have other things. We have pictures together. We've taken trips together. We've done all these other things, but we don't live together yet. In fact, I've done a green card for like 2 or 3 couples, and they never lived together. One of them was a physician. The other one, she was in marketing. She was very, very, very established here in San Diego, and she couldn't move with him because he was finishing his schooling. And so they were living apart for 3 years, but they still wanted to get married. They still wanted to get the green card, and we were able to do it. We were able to do it to show that even though they were not living together, they had other relationship connections to each other. They had other ways to show that they are in a real relationship aside from the home that they share. And immigration tends to fixate on the home that people share, but it's not always the only thing that couples can have. So we're always able to show other ways how people are staying connected. Once again, guys, you're watching the live streams right now. Please follow my account, share the live stream. You can do it from the bottom of your screen to share the live. And also send me a text from my bio to book your consultations right now, or use the form at the bottom of the screen to get in touch with us. This is what we're here. Keep tapping the screen for the likes. I want to see who is here. I want to see the excitement because, like I said, immigration is a complicated topic, but we try to make it simple for you guys. We try to, make it engaging, and so you know that it's not that bad out there. Thanks, guys, for following me as well. Anas, I got my I-130 approved in just a week. Do you think my I-45 will be quick as well? No, 45 takes some time. It's taken at least 8 months. So because they have to go through vetting, they have to go through all these things to check on you, on your case, on your status. So it's not going to be that fast. All right, guys, we are here. Alvaro, I've been in the United States for 28 years, graduated high school. I have three U.S. citizens, kids with an autistic child. I assume that you're undocumented, Alvaro. So somebody like you, you have U.S. citizen kids, but they can't really help you right away. So let's say you get detained. Let's say, Alvaro, you get detained. Now you have a case for cancellation of removal. Now your kid can help you. Do you know what I mean? So I would just say be patient, because you never know. Maybe the law will change. Maybe things will happen. But a lot of people right now are actually not so worried about getting detained because they have U.S. citizen children, and now they can apply for these cancellation of removal. But at the same time, they're risky because we don't know if the government is going to support your claim. You know what I mean? So for now, I wouldn't do too much. I would order your FOYA to make sure that there's nothing in your record that can hurt your case in the future, and just stay strong, to make sure that you are able to go through your immigration matter eventually when things change. But right now, there's not much you can do. and I wouldn't have you do anything, to be honest. Let's see here. What are the chances for I-45 denial if I-140 and national interest waiver is approved and there's no prior immigration violation? I mean, if you have an approved I-140 for self-petition, you're almost there. You're almost 75% through. The 45 could be denials. What kind of people got denied when they applied for self-petition? They went to the interview. They thought it was just a procedure. And then immigration looks at their tax returns and they say, oh, you worked for Uber for a year while working for this other employer that actually has your visa. That means you worked undocumented. Even though you had a visa, you worked illegally, and that could be a reason why your adjustment of status will be denied. This is something like this is a real case where somebody that was working for a big company, and then the company sponsored them for the green card. The I-140 was approved, and then during the adjustment of status interview, the immigration found out that they worked unlawfully for like Uber, right? So they'll know from the taxes. So be mindful what you're filing in your taxes, because those things could be devastating for you guys and hurting your immigration matters. All right, let's see. We've got let's see here. I'm trying to get you guys in the order that you are kind of like sign up for this, and you're waiting for me in there. Karina, where are you from? If you have video, please put your video and ask your question.
It's not allowing me to turn on my audio for some reason, my video for some reason.
All right, no worries. Just ask your question.
So just a quick question. I'm legally in the US on F1, and I am from Bulgaria originally.
Okay.
I'm just so worried to travel home right now. All my papers are in order, but I just feel like they might scrutinize me when I get back, and something can go wrong.
I mean, if you don't have any issues, like you haven't done any criminal stuff, you're not in violation of your status, you should be able to travel. People are still traveling. Okay, it's not like nobody can travel. I just think that you just be careful.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Bring the documents and everything. But you're not somebody who should not be traveling. You're not like a risk or something.
Okay, so nothing to worry about too much.
Not for somebody like you and the way you describe your situation.
Okay, thank you. That's
Okay,
all.
of course. Good luck.
Thanks.
So many people are worried about travel, and I'm telling you guys, you can even assess it yourself on a piece of paper. Let's say, what kind of violations you have for your immigration. Okay, what are these violations that you have, and how bad are they, right? And if there's no violations, then you're good to go. Mm-hmm. All right, let me take one more question from YouTube, and I think in fact there is one person who is waiting here, Mr. P. What is your question? And please put your video on so we can see your case, and you're the last person on the YouTube side to be able to join us. Are you there?
Hey, Jacob, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been waiting for a
Are you
while.
working or what?
Your video is having some issues. I don't know, for some reason.
Okay.
I'm not able to turn it on. I've been trying it. Can I ask my question?
Please.
Yes,
Where are you located?
in New York.
Okay.
So I have my citizenship. I'll be eligible to file for my citizenship based on marriage to a U.S. citizen
Okay.
in a couple of months. So I have my I-751 pending. I have the 48-month extension letter. And I had a quick question about so one thing, it's that I'm a little curious to know about.
Yeah.
So I work in New York City as a consultant for one of for the transportation of New York. So
Okay.
the buses and trains, the local public transportation.
Okay.
So I I sometimes travel on the buses and trains for free. Uh, you know, I mean, nobody has ever stopped me or like
Right.
reported it as any sort of a violation or anything of that sort up until now. So just was curious to know if that could kind of possibly stop me or really cause any issues when I file for my citizenship.
What kind of violation was it again? Tell me.
There's no violation as such. There's no violation. I'm just asking if that could potentially like be a violation if I apply for citizenship, if just because I travel for free on the buses and trains.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, that should be fine because unless you were caught, let's say by the inspectors at the train, and then they reported you to the police, and then the police filed a misdemeanor against you, then that could be a
Right.
problem. But none of that happened. So,
None of that happened yet, but I'm not sure if uh, because I work for the transportation, the public transportation
yeah.
company, so they don't have clear, like they're not clearly mentioned that you cannot travel for free on the trains or buses without paying for it.
Why
Uh,
don't you check the regulations? Maybe they offer that benefit to their employees.
yeah, but I'm a consultant for them. I don't work as an employee of their organization. I do consulting work for them.
I
So,
mean, I think whatever happened happened. You were not charged with anything. Just stop doing it now, so you don't have to worry about the future. That's what I would do.
oh, okay.
But that's not going to be an issue for
Because
you.
usually they have fare inspectors and the New York Police Department like enforcing people to pay the fare. So
Yeah,
usually they issue a summons if they catch people like the local people, like
yeah.
who
Like I said,
waive fare.
I would, if I were you, I would stop this practice and
Yeah.
move on. Don't even think about the past. If you were
Oh,
not
okay.
charged, nothing's gonna happen to you. I gave the example before of the people that are worried because they're citizens now and they put that they're citizens on a mortgage or on the I-9 form and they're worried they're gonna take their citizenship away.
Hmm.
So don't worry about it because um, move on. Just stop doing this habit and you should be fine.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's. I would because I don't because I would rather pay and go because usually the drivers when I get on the bus or the train, like they usually, I have my ID on whenever I get on the bus or the train. So they take a look and they just say, "Oh, you don't have to pay, just come in. Don't worry about
Well,
it."
I would, honestly, if I were you, just check the company's policies. Maybe they allow that. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
Maybe they allow that. I don't know. I would have you check the company's policies, look at the manuals. If they allow that, but by all means, you're benefiting from it. I don't want you to
Right.
stop doing something that you benefit, but until you verify that, don't do it anymore.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then
Okay?
another question, just one
We
last
allow only one
question.
question because I have so many people waiting. Come back next Monday. I'm here every week.
Oh, right. Just one question. Yeah. One question is my parents' B2 visa was denied twice. What can I do about it on grounds
They
of
they
214B?
have to reapply. The simple answer. Anybody who was denied a B2 have to reapply after 6 months. Have
6 months.
stronger background, have stronger supporting documents, and reapply. The people that don't reapply and wait for years, they lose.
Oh,
Right?
can you help with
After 6 months
the?
from the denial, have them reapply with better, stronger evidence.
Can you help with that?
Absolutely, yeah. Just
For
send me, like I
B2?
said, the number is right here. Send me a text. I'll help you with that.
Okay.
Just mention the fact that you were on the show.
All right. Thank you so much.
Right
Thanks.
now. Okay, perfect. All right, guys. So with this, we are ending the show on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We are continuing our live stream on TikTok, so don't go away, my friends. Those of you on Instagram that send me questions, you need to DM me. I sent text about second passport and was told, yes, it is. Just send me a DM, send me your number, and you're not gonna get it. Beauty Empire, send me a DM right now on Instagram. So I'll give you the information about the second passport. I want evaluation from EU passport via Germany and maybe other country. Do you help with that? Yes, we can connect you with a professional. We work with all the credential evaluation. Um, I have a question, if you don't mind, may I ask here? Yeah, please. Is this true? My lawyer said no for up to 2 years. I don't see the question. Can people still apply for citizenship now? Absolutely, guys. People should apply for citizenship. Not that they can, they should. Because processing times are super fast and people are getting their citizenship approved. And so you shield yourself from getting any issues, because you can easily, it's much easier to lose your green card than your citizenship. Yes, they're talking about denaturalization, but once you have your citizenship, it's going to be hard for them to take it away from you. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. I'll see you next week on YouTube, and stay safe out there, and keep sending me the questions. Really good questions. I'll see you next week.